here we go again, another failed project. How big was this project meant to be, and what does it say, again, about this fairy tale fantasy we're living on?
Well, this project was meant to be about 2 gigawatts. So to put that into perspective, that's about 50% larger than the biggest onshore wind farms that we've got in Australia in the proposal development at this stage. But it's actually, it's about 10 times larger than all the floating offshore wind that exists in the world today.
Wow.
And that's something we don't realise, is this technology of floating offshore wind, as opposed to standing on piles driven to the sand, is totally prototypical. It's just in development stage. And that's because it costs something like 3 or 4 times as much as the standing version, which is already double the cost of the onshore wind version. So that's why developers are walking away from it, because it's just absolutely impossible that the economics of this type of wind development stacks up. It's going nowhere, and it's going nowhere globally, and it'll go nowhere in New South Wales as well.
Well, Chris Boland's blaming the US. Is that fair?
Not at all. It's the fundamental economics that are working their way through the process in the US and the UK. There's simply no offshore wind being developed anywhere without governments basically having to force taxpayers to pay for it, or force electricity consumers to pay for it. And again, the floating offshore wind variety, again, Chris Boland was assuming this project alone would be 10 times what currently exists, and that zone would be something more like 40 times what currently exists globally. So he was completely away with the theories. There's just no chance that any of that's going ahead.